be with it.
Yeah, and this is another map that the AUG has really changed. In a lot of situations that I've seen, watching some of the play on this map, is Monster is so difficult to get through if there's an AUG posted up. I mean, to hit him with that smoke, if you try to come through that smoke, you're going to get mowed down. I mean, it's tough even without the AUG, but if somebody tries to go through there, 1 or 2 or even 3 people, the AUG's likely going to get at least 2 of them. And just generally, you can just post up outside of that Monster and just press mouse 1. Oh, look at this.
Speaking of Monster,
Booby.
Innocent's tucked right outside of it. Booby's just looking for the headshot. It wasn't exposed. He would have had to go a little bit too deep, so he's just going to do some damage and make Innocent think real hard about whether he wants to stick around in that position. There's a response in towards the connector. They're going to try and punish this player out towards the construction, and they've gained space towards long as well. So there's a lot of options that they could work with. I think it's going to be the late lurk Torres out long, who's now drawing a little bit of focus and actually drawing a big rotation as well. Nade sailing in, though, will signal that they need to rotate back. And there are now bodies here on the B side, at least 2 to contest immediately in. They need to get past this construction choke point, and as they hop out, they're getting picked apart. That's the bomb dropped as well. No plan available. They'll need to cross to get to it, and it's just going to be a massacre on site. Torres now last alive. He was the lurk, and now he is the last to die. 1 kill, all that they get out of the pistol round. That's a nice start for the Doodle Bears.
Double kill from Booby comes up big, and the CTs are able to get back into the site to deny that push from the T side, and they're going to take the pistol round. Doodle Bears start off well. They're going to go heavy on the SMGs here, and they're going to get a scout on Skadoodle. So I'm wondering if Skadoodle's going to get a little bit aggressive here and go towards Fountain, maybe hop on one of those benches and spot those T players coming out from T spawn. I think that's exactly what he's going to do here. Oh, Nade's going to come out over the top. See if it catches anybody. It doesn't actually. They hadn't gotten to that point just yet, so no damage dealt with that nade. But Skadoodle's going to stick around with his teammate there. As you can see him watching, trying to come from Fountain.
Scott trying to bring out shots with the op action. Stuck down a little bit in turn. You got to be careful here. You'll see the Doodle Bears pull back towards the site. Still poking out occasionally to find some damage, but these pistols have at least closed a little bit of ground. My question is, can they convert that into damage?
CTs have a good setup for this. 3-man over towards the A site. T's look like they're going to be running into that stack. And Kirokami, this is a really, really strong position as they cross. He just needs a little bit of help from long, and he has that in, I believe, let's see, Crashy's coming in to help out. So strong setup, as I mentioned. T's will continue to push about a minute on the clock, so they have time to work with. And they're getting up pretty close, so that's, I mean, that's the goal when you have the pistols. So here goes Kirokami.
Innocent, though, from long, going to chime in with 2. This is damage done. Ska trying to battle back from Optimus, and he should be able to do it. It's just a USP. Dima's throwing guns away so that they can't keep them because he knows he's a dead man, so no AUG available. They won't be able to retrieve that, and now he is just going to go ahead and take us through the next round. So they waste the rifles. They do a little bit of damage. It's not bad from the Scaries Bears, but they don't get a bomb plant out of it. They're going to have rifles in this, somewhat limited on the utility as a result of that lack of a plant. But it's going to be a bit of the bonus round mentality out from the Doodle Bears, and they don't have infinite cash either. They've got a lot more in terms of utility belts, but they've also got a scout and 2 SMGs to try and work around.
Yeah, you can see a moment ago, Kirokami calling out the marching orders for his team. Let's see what he comes up with. It's going to be heavy presence over in towards B. They're getting pretty aggressive. Dima right around the corner. Booby spotted out the left side, but he's going to refocus on the guys coming out of Squeaky, and that's going to be Seb getting a kill, but Seb and Booby go down, so trade goes in the favor of Scare Bears, but there's Crashies to even it up.
Good damage from Crashies. That's a big pick to find. Dima's also very vulnerable, so this is winnable for the Doodle Bears. Problem is they've put all of their presence on towards B, and though the bomb is going to be slow to rotate, the Scaries Bears, in the form of Seangares, are quickly going to realize there's nobody around on A. This could be a wide site. They could have a clear path. So the rotation needs to come in, and they can get up the connector to really segment this assault. And it looks like Ska's thinking of doing exactly that. He'll be able to find an AK in the process. He will indeed upgrade his gun. So now the rotation is on, but Seangares is such a forward position, he might catch them out. I don't know if that they'll expect him here. You're seeing them swap to knives. This could be so very dangerous. They've overlooked it. There's the clear, so now they'll know, but they lost Crashies as a result. And the bomb is making its way over. 40 seconds. It should be just fine. It's going to be up to Kirokami and Skadoodle, who both have full rifles, to try and battle this.
Here comes Dima trying to get that bomb down. Seangares wisely went on the other side of the default bomb box, waiting for his teammates to come in and It's going to be a post-plant situation as the Doodle Bears come in for the retake. Kirokami coming over from Banks. Skadoodle from Stairs. Kirokami, I think, is going to be the first guy getting some action here. One over towards long. That's the low HP player. That'd be a nice guy to get down. But they're going to smoke the bomb, go in for the defuse. It looks like they're going to stick this. Skadoodle's the one with the kit. So interesting decision to have Kiro try and stick them so they're not hitting him. But finally, Innocent takes him down. And it's going to be a round for Seangares' team. Wow.
If he'd had the kid, that would have been a defuse. That's a head-scratcher of a decision in the heat of the moment. If Ska gets on that in the exact same amount of time as afforded to him, that's a defuse bomb.
Yeah, I'm wondering what happened there. Just miscommunication? Not sure.
It's unfortunate for them. They're going to have to readjust. It looks like they're force buying into it. Ska's got the AWP out. It's 2 scouts as well. Booby and Crashies. There's at least an AUG on Seb, but Hero's just sitting on the Deagle. So this is going to be a little bit of a hairy round for them. The bonus round mentality didn't quite go quite as planned. Let's see what they find here. Dima's already cleared one player out of the barrels, but Seb will still come out on top. They're dropping bodies in the meantime, and now the site has fallen. The round should be just about over. They're still going to go for it because there's not really much worth saving. The bomb has already been lost. Booby now knows that Connector is close to business. He may not even be able to get out alive. Zadish just holding this, waiting for him, daring him to come out. The nade might do it. It'll knock him low. 21 HP still available. But you cannot imagine they're going to get much done here. Seangares, this is an interesting hunt decision because he could actually give them an AK, and that's exactly what he's done. That's a massive upgrade over any weaponry that they've had. Kirokami now with a rifle, they're just going to be saving, but this is actually something worth saving through. Yeah,
definitely an interesting decision. And you see Zadish wants to try and make up for it, get the AK out of his hands, but they could be feeding him another one. Crashies could get an AK, or even Booby on scouts. And nice setup there by Kirokami, so that's another gun they're going to be able to pick up. Kirokami going to drop it, but Booby ends up being the only man that lives. So they were basically full committed. Once they gave up those 2 players, the other guys had to come in and try and do something about it.
To be fair, though, it turns into 2 remaining players, right? And the Doodle Bears get an AK out of it.
Yeah, so I mean, it works out for Doodle Bears. I mean, they lose the round, but still, they made a little something out of it.
The problem is it's going to be eco around this, right? They can't really justify investing anything beyond it. So it's just going to be Booby holding up the AK. Maybe he can do a bit of damage with it. Maybe he can drop some bodies and get some weapons for his comrades. But it's going to be tough. They're going to go for a full stack towards the A side. At the top of Connector, sitting, waiting for somebody to come their way, and the nades in will really chunk down a couple of players. This gets tough. There's the peak. Scott taking the first to try and distract focus, and Zadish is blind, so eventually found out, but he found enough damage in the meantime. The rifle out of play, the 2 can be retrieved, and this is getting messy. That's an op. Crashy's had to chase it down the stairs, but now he's just trying to straight take the fight. Dancing around, flashing his way out. Innocent will call his bluff and push right into it. 2 on 2. That was chaotic. And again, the Scaries Bears, they're not doing a great job of keeping these rounds clean. They're investing quite a bit. So their economy, they're not going to have a ton in reserves. It's not terrible, but now a buy comes out from the Doodle Bears, and this could get hairy.
Yeah, I have a feeling, Mike, this is going to be back and forth this whole map. And I wouldn't have it any other way. That would be fantastic. But yeah, 3-2. Scary Bears has the lead. Op in the hands of Toras. On the flip side, no ops just yet, but AUGs aplenty. They're going to send out 2 guys fast on the T side. Check for that jump spot. They're going to get blinded as they come around the corner. Crash is going to get the first action. He takes him down. Response doesn't come in from Zadish in time. Crash is able to get back, but no, the nade comes over the top.
The nade finds him as he tries to rotate back towards Graffiti. That is punishing. That's a big nade to find for the Scaries Bears. Now they've got a little bit of an advantage here to exploit. Minute 20 still on the clock. They can just let the defense stew in their own juices, but nearly tag Zadish. This is Seb's favorite spot on Overpass. I think it might be his favorite spot on any map. He just loves to sit here with the AUG and mow people down as they try and get out Monster. So that's good damage done, some information gained, but now Seangares has the top of Connector, and there's a pretty open path towards that A-bomb site. This could be big if they find it. Timing is going to be critical here. 50 seconds on the clock. They're inching forward on long. And I believe there's a player back towards Optimus. Not sure if that's Optimus or
look at Kirokami's position right here.
What a flank. That's huge. He's getting flanked. The flanker is getting flanked. So this could get hairy indeed, but he's expecting it. That pop flash signals it. Zaydish now coming in late. The molly will block him off, and Zaydish will fight right through it, right into his death. Kirakami expecting the unexpected, and now they're ready on the defense. Ska holding from Optimus, and Kirakami from the bathroom. This could be perfect. Ska gets the blind fire shot, and Innocent is next to fall. Skadoodle, the leader, bringing them back to 3-3 with 3 players alive as well. And the Scary Baers, I think, are going to have to take a pistol by. No, they're forcing into it. They've got the cash.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this replay. At first, this didn't register. I'm like, surely the Kirakami isn't flanking Seangares in this situation. I thought it was his teammate for a second, but clearly not. And Kirakami just heads up play, nice positioning, gets the kill. Probably tempted for the knife in that situation, but he just goes ahead, finishes him off, and then he's rewarded with another kill right after that as the player went through his molly.
So this is just the one hero AK on Innocent. See if he can do some damage. The rest of the team's got a little bit of armor, some pistols, a little bit of investment here, but it's really going to be next round where they bring that to bear. As it is, the Deagles can pop off, find some kills, maybe they get some damage done. Zaydish dropped, Seangares soon to follow him, but Innocent with the lone AK has done damage onto Crashies, and that's actually a retrievable AUG that Dima wants to go back for, but he's still going to chase it out with a pistol. There's an AUG down. Was Crashies on the other side of this panel? Nope, there's the AUG. He's got it.
Yeah, I was wondering what he was doing there for a second. Free gun, why not? It looked like he was trying to take that action with the Glock, with that AUG waiting. But here we go. Skadoodle gets a kill through the wall. Toras going to go down. Innocent trying to get an opening kill here, but the 3-man setup from the CT. Booby will take him down. So Dima left all alone, grabs 1, but 2 left. And that's going to be a round win for Skadaddy's team. Now,
they were straight going for the duel there. They didn't even have the bomb. Bomb was all the way back in spawn. They didn't want to deal with that at all. So that's interesting. But they went for the aggression. They did some good damage as well. 3 players out of the round. So considering minimal investment, it's not a bad return for the Scaries Baers, and they are going to have a buy now. Sean taking the hit, going for just the Deagle so that he can get utility up for his squad. The Doodle Bears now in the lead and with an off out on Skadoodle.
And T's looking again to go fast. They've done this a few times already. But they're going to be slowed down by that molly this time. A little bit of extra utility on the side of Doodle Bears. And like you said, Seth really likes that monster position. Crashies really like his position as well. He's been doing a really good job there in towards short. Seth trying to get in on the fun. Won't connect. But Crashies, he's just taking all the kills right now. Booby will go down. Zaydish responds. Now 4v3. And I'll slow down a little bit here, Mike.
Dima is trying to go through the smoke. This could be so very dangerous. Kirakami, a master of going through smokes himself, undoubtedly going to be expecting this possibility. Seb takes his leader out elsewhere on the server, and that's the bomb spotted as well. So they got to retrieve it and get the heck out of the position. Kirakami ready for Dima right as that smoke blooms, catches him, and it's just going to be Zaydish. 4 to find. He's about to get 2. They just walk right into him. Classic Crashies, aggressive, just taking the kill. No prisoners whatsoever. And the Doodles, they're coming to play here on Overpass.
Absolutely. This is CS I like to see. This has been a heated battle every time these guys have matched up, including the matches today. 3rd map of this grand final here at the ESEA Rank S Combine. You wouldn't have it any other way. Right now, Skadoodle on that up. Everybody has what they need. On Scare Bears, not so much. And again, we're going to get that Tech 9 on Seangares.
Skadoodle got a tag? No, that has to have been from someone else. I mean, I'm not sure where that tag came from, but Innocent's knocked down. Taurus gets a nade and bullets to follow it all up. Crashy set him up with the appetizer in the form of an HE, and then served him the main course. Bodies dropping all over for the Scaries Baers. It's just an eco round, so they're not expecting much. They're just trying to get this fight forward and do some damage, and Innocent might be able to, except that Skadoodle's playing Overwatch. Just making sure no one gets close. So, well played there.
Yeah, beautiful setup there. You can see Skadoodle, they're going to take the initial action with the up, and Kirakami with the rifle up close. And Skadoodle got the opening kill, and then he got a flash assist on both of those players. Kirakami cleans up the last 2.
Not sure how blind they actually were. That flash assist lasts a long time.
It really does. I'm just trying to give them a little credit here.
I mean, they stayed clean in the round. That's what I'll give them the credit for. The Doodle Bears didn't drop a single player, something that has been an issue for them previously. They are looking pretty solid here in the anti-ecos. Now it's going to be aggressive presence in towards construction. They're just trying to rock right onto the B bomb site, and it's Dima to lead the way. Smoke down to block him. Oh, those feet nearly came around the corner before it bloomed. That would have been very dangerous indeed. heavy presence outside of B. Nothing really to show for it as of yet, and as time goes on, they're going to have a circle drawn around them, and they're going to be hemmed in. Crashies finds one. That was the boost up, I think, from the B bomb site. Indeed, it was. And first blood drawn. They're roped in by utility. They've got a late flank coming through connector at the very least from Boris, but Innocent is going to be trying to build a little bit of space on site. Problem is, he keeps losing teammates. And now he's separated. Innocent and Seangares make that just Seangares, who's all alone. Or no, rather, Innocent is still alive. Got distracted there for a moment, but now a 2v2. Seangares doing work. Crashies and Ska trying to bring this back, but it's getting a little risky. 50 seconds on the clock. It's going to be up to Crashies, who's just holding an angle and sitting. Who they expected. There's the first, and the second doesn't go his way. Innocent with 7 HP, still alive in a 1v1, trying to go for the plant. Just going to go straight for the fight and win it. Innocent peeks into an upper and wins. What a shot from the Polish player.
You can see how hyped they are after that. I can't believe he just hit that shot. Skadoodle with the up. It's almost guaranteed kill, I feel like. He hits that 9 times out of 10, but Innocent just so fast with the AK. Nice adjustment there. Recognition that Skadoodle could be there, and he converts. What a play there. And that's a big round for them as well.
What a play indeed. Now lots of SMGs out from the Scaries Baers because they only had one play. I mean, it was the clutch, right? They only kept one alive. They've got to really empty the bank to get this through. It's going to be a little bit hairy, but they're spread around. If they take the aggression early, that might work out. Meanwhile, all scopes on the other side. Augs for days. Crashies forced out of the connector. There's not a lot of presence towards long, and the Scaries Baers are going to take advantage of that and fill that space. Quickly, they're addressing that mistake, but Seangares is already so far forward, and by the time they peek, he's going to be ready for it. He's dropped Crashies low. He's just trying to take the damage. The molly might actually force them out of the position. They'll fall back, and everything slows down for a moment. But space gained by the Scaries Baers, and they're going to start to press that map control advantage.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of getting Doodle Bears back in towards the site. Eventually, that's typically what's going to happen from the CTs. They'll be pushed up, try to get a couple picks, and then fall back in towards site. But Doodle Bears are going to have a whole bunch of Ts in their face, but Booby's going to handle one. Kirokami adds another, but Innocent trades it out. So now 3v2, Seangares shows up. That's exactly what they needed. They might be able to get a bomb plant here. It looks like they should be able to based off the positioning.
The bomb goes down just in the nick of time because Innocent is mollied out of spot, and now he's getting aggressive. He's taking the fight straight to them, and he will come out on top, but instantly traded. Now it falls to Sean. He clutched in the previous. He needs to do it again, and they can start to get on that defuse. He'll find the first, but swung on by the second. Seb will save the op and save the round. 7-4, the Scaries Baers. They are hitting that reset button. Not such a pain anymore, but still. Isolated rounds here. Seb, ice in his veins. It's been an expensive couple of rounds for both sides, though. The bank is going to be looking a little bare. They're going to have to invest into this majorly. On the other side, I think it's going to be pistols. Oh, never mind.
I really like Innocent getting aggressive in that situation. They're down a man. Somebody has to get aggressive, and it was him going over towards bank, getting that initial kill, but CTs had a setup where they were able to trade that immediately. They didn't enable him to readjust after he gets that kill. So nice attempt there by Innocent. He did what I think he should have. Just came up a little bit short. Seb locks it down for the round win. So now 7-4. Fully bought up on both sides, I believe.
Yes.
Galil on Dima, but I mean, serviceable weapon. It works. So let's see if Scare Bears can grab a dub after losing that last round.
It's going to be, again, presence towards long. I think the Scares Bears have realized that they're really not playing with any long presence early in the round. They're taking advantage of it. They're just moving up. Kirokami now late too. Will find some damage, but he's lost teammates in the meantime over towards B. And this is getting very dangerous indeed. The molly will push them back at least for a moment, give a brief respite, and that's a big peek from Kiro. He finds a lot of damage, but no frags. And the problem is they've completely lost the B-site defenders. So these 4 remaining players from Scary Bears have very little HP. I mean, maybe between them they make up a full 100. But they've got so much in terms of map control. Yeah,
Skadoodle's going to be spotted out. Demon knows where he is, and he's the last man now, so they can just focus on that position or the CT coming in from lower. So 4v1 Skadoodle, I think he's made his choice. The bomb is finally rotating over towards the B site to be planted, so Skadoodle has some time to work with. But he's going to be almost taken from behind, but reacts just in time and lives on 4 HP. If you're Zetas, you want that one back. But Skadoodle just too quick to react But Toras from behind actually doesn't spot out Skadoodle. A little crab walk down the stairs. I like your style, Skadoodle.
The trouble is Skadoodle's going to have to come back. 4 HP, he can't be this close to the bomb.
Yeah.
Is he going for this?
And the rotation out here is likely going to die.
There's no way he has time for this. He doesn't have a kit. He hears the player, but he pulls off just at the wrong moment and gets caught. This is a game of timing, and sometimes that timing works against you, as in this. Now 7-5, the Scary Bears closing the gap just a little bit, trying to claw this back inch by inch, and the economy's getting healthier by the minute. On the other side, it's looking like it's going to be a pistol armor type of buy.
Yeah, let's see what they pull out here. You can see Crashy's on an SMG, a couple CCs, the Deeg. Yeah, you're right, absolutely. They've dwindled their money. Two guys have 150. Everybody else has literally $0. That's difficult to do without actually buying a decoy. But there's no decoys on any of these guys. So fast-paced play here. Booby going to be able to take down one. Maybe a little bit ill-advised going through that smoke. Both of those players that try to attempt that go down. And Tease make a little bit of a mistake early, but they can try and make up for it with Innocent getting that opening kill.
They've taken control of the site. The problem is they don't have the numbers game, and they've given some weaponry back to the other side. Dima should be able to claim this kill, and that's huge. That buys them a little bit of control, but that bomb can't be planted. That's a massive frag to find. Seb has done it, potentially. They're now isolated, segmented, and it's all on Innocent, who has to battle his way back. He's got a minute 5 on the clock, but he's stuck in the corner, and they're going to run him down. So the force buy delivers. 3 players still alive, stolen weaponry, a stolen round, 8-5. Scary Bears, this entire tournament, have been looking so solid against the Ecos, have been looking like they'd never give it up against this kind of buy. But this scrappiness, this force buy, it just delivers.
Yeah, that was such a good job by the CT side. They end up killing them with their own guns. That was wild. So yeah, Doodle Bears pull it out somehow. It's now 8-5. Just a really good positioning by the Doodle Bears. And a nice rotation coming in from Monster. Not much the bomb planner can do in that situation. It's either you stick it and try to get your gun, or stick it, then try to get your gun out in time to react, but didn't end up working out. So goes to the CT side.
Hits the first. He's going to have a lot of bodies coming his way, but he's going to keep poking and prodding out, and that actually gets punished. One of the 2 rifles on the server takes him down, and now that 3rd rifle might be retrievable. Sean has the Deagle though, and he's working his way forward. Still a man advantage for the Doodle Doodles. Doodle Dares.
They've had a few names.
Doodle Bears, the Noodle Doodles, the Oodles of Noodle Doodles, and Scary Bears. Maybe a little opportunity to get into this round. They slow down. They slow right down. It's going to allow Crashies to just kind of stew here, think about what he wants to do, and as Crashies is wont to do when he has to think about it, he's going to push. He finds the first, but he's knocked so very low. This molly might be the death of him. It is going to go a little bit too deep and actually doesn't spread, so Crashies can just chill.
Yeah, he's going to be able to avoid that. Lucky. He pulled out a flash. I'm guessing he wanted a smoke, but didn't have one. And he's going to be flanked here, though. Dima able to grab one, but there's 2 more CTs remaining that's able to clean that up. So Innocent, last man standing versus 3. Looks like he's going to try and go for it in this situation. He's going to come in with that nade. It's not going to get the kill, and Booby finishes it off. Now 9-5. Doodle Bears could have double digits here going into the second half.
What a turn of events. They are not used to this. They have not had this substantial lead in a long time. It feels like every game, including the ones they win, they're battling back from a deficit for the comeback. So this would be a major turn of events here. And reminder, folks, this is the 3rd map of the best of 3 of this grand final. It all rides on this, and the Doodle Bears are looking like they're about to claim double digits. Everything invested. They've emptied the kitchen drawers. They've brought out what little change they have to try and buy up. The Scary Bears are going to be majorly hampered here, and the cracks are showing in what looked to be a juggernaut team for this combine. And maybe those cracks are going to be their undoing. Sitting outside of B, nade's going to slow them down just for a moment. There are 3 players crouched up in. They're just going to chill, wait, and see what they're given.
Yep, taking their time, waiting for that push. Not going to get it. Here comes the utility. And here we go. We talked up Seb in this position. He's going to combine with Booby, and it's a slaughter. Augs going to take 3. Booby eventually is going to go down. Toras killing 3 players, and he's going to extend his position here. Skadoodle might be in a little bit of trouble. He's not going to push through that smoke wisely. Little does he know right now that there's a man coming up, but he hits him on the other side of that smoke. Beautiful kill by Skadoodle. Barely saw his feet and got the kill. Now 2v1.
It's all on Dima. Dima with it all to do. He's got the post plan at the very least. He's playing right from water, and I think he spotted Kirakami, who's going back to try and clear him. I'm not sure where he thinks they're coming from, but there's the spot. Dima finds the kill. Ska has the angle, but misses the shot. And now it all comes down to this. Dima playing ring around the rosy, and he will find the frag. 9-6. They bring it back at the end, going for the high five, fist bump, wombo combo. They bring through the last round of the half. This is coming down to the wire, folks, as we swap sides.
He was making sure he was getting that high five there, Mike.
He wants that.
He
wants that bit of
was
skin.
committed. He didn't want to get left hanging on screen, and he got it.
Got to get your dabs.
It's like, you turn that chair around right now, and you give me a high five, man. But
Don't
yeah,
you
nice job
ignore
by
me,
Dima.
young man. This has been a strong performance. Crashy's a big performer for his squad, 17-12 right now. On the other side, it's been Innocent, who seems to constantly be worming his way into the right position to find a multi-frag and do all sorts of damage. I mean, this is delivering, folks.
Yeah, and one thing I've been thinking about throughout this map, and I guess throughout the tournament, is like, who would be my MVP if we were to be have the option of giving that out? I don't think we do. So we're just going to do it anyway here, Mike.
We're going to do it anyway?
Crashies was definitely one of the people I've been thinking about. He's showed up really, really well. Tons of clutches. I mean, he's showing up here in the final 17-12, leading the way for his team. They're up 9-6 here at the half. So he's definitely one person I would be looking at if we were able to give one away. And on the flip side, Zadish and Innocent have played really well as well.
So much talent on these rosters. It's hard to isolate just one. Kirakami going to be leading the charge up long. The bomb is back in towards Connector, though, but they are going to take a lot of ground. Innocent is watching for exactly this, and there's going to be the check to make sure that he is playing the position they kind of assumed he was. They do have that information now, and Doodle Baers have pushed them back towards the back of the bathrooms. Dima falling off of the angle. So now they've got a lot of space to work with, but no frags as of yet. If they clear out this monster spot, that's an entry in towards B. They're trying to do it. Taurus is toying with them, but eventually Crashies will bring through the frag. Zadish playing around the pillar is going to take up 2, and that sets up Innocent and Seangares to come back in. Leaves it all to Crashies and get no more. 9-6. The pistol is now picked up. Make that 9-7.
They're getting loud now. I heard it. We got a lot of good action going on right now. So Bears will take the pistol, bring it back within 2, and Zeta's just holding down this pillar, waiting for that guy to come over to the left side. Doesn't eventually get that kill, but had the right idea, isolating those 2 players initially and then react once he grabbed those 2. So Zeta just comes out big in a pistol.
So now a chance to close the gap, to bring us to an even scoreline. The Doodle Bears want to stop that, but this is not going to be their own to do so. The only investment, a single flashbang and a P250. So very little work with. They're just going to work as a unit and try and overwhelm somebody. We saw some Force Spies and Ecos work in previous rounds, but this is going to be tough. They are surrounding, though, and that's Taurus dropped. Zadish on the retreat is just peppering some fire as he runs away, and he will eventually get it done with the pistol. Zadish now continuing his form from the pistol round and delivering in the second of the half as well. So the Scary Bayers now 1 round away from equalizing, and they're going to have a pretty good bye to do so. Not so much of the bonus round. A lot of Augs out, a single SMG to deal with, and a Famas and Dima.
I wonder what Kirakami's going to get out of this. I assume it's going to be an AK. So it should be AKs across the board for them. On the flip side, I mean, pretty much every gun you would want. Taurus on that SMG, but not all that bad. So we're potentially going to be tied up once again. We've said it a million times throughout these guys' matchups. Let's see what the T's have up their sleeve. Basically seeing their first buy round here on Overpass. And it looks like they're going to get that initial B presence, but Seangares has something to say about that. Seb goes down. Zadish in extended position, but this is kind of a tough angle because that wall is right behind him. He won't be able to escape, so he's got to get that initial kill. He doesn't have anybody here to help him out or trade.
Still, they're taking presence towards long, so they may completely overlook his spot entirely. Skadoodle would be the one to test, and Skadoodle does have the bomb. Zadish might be able to get the fast flank if they just move past him. Now he's going to hear the utility being spent. They haven't made any footsteps yet, so he has no confirmation. But as they start to worm forward, this is going to get very interesting. The smokes kind of indicate that Zadish isn't here, so this could really be the backstab potential. And he is just so very patient, waiting for it. Booby's looking the wrong direction entirely. If he swings now, he's going to catch them. It's all a matter of when he decides to turn. He's waiting for that last flank. As soon as they make contact with the site players, he should check this. He's expecting someone out con, and no one is going to be delivered to him. So are they finally going to check this?
No.
Now the connector presence comes in, and Booby finds him out. All that patience and nothing to show for it. Bodies dropping on A bomb plant coming in, and it's left to Taurus and Demas to try and find these last frags. They are locked out. They've got an SMG and a FAMAS with which to try and make this retake happen. I say unlikely. And it looks like the save is already being called. Keep that armor up. Keep what weaponry you have. Give yourselves a chance in the next round. It's going to be double digits for the Doodle Bears.
Oh, that's so hard for Zadish. He did everything right in that situation. 4 of the 2 players didn't check that for a significant amount of time, but once that rotator comes in to join his teammates, the jig was up. He eventually goes down. He is unable to grab any of those players. That was a setup for, 2 or 3 kills, Mike, if he had played that right, which he was just about to. That's right when he leaves is when they peek out. So nice attempt there by Zadish. I like the positioning. It's kind of a tough position, as I mentioned, but the way he played it out was perfect until that until he got CSGO'd.
The clock is a cruel mistress.
Timing.
The clock is a cruel mistress,
and sometimes she punishes you. So it's going to be a little bit of a limited buy here. Very little to work with in terms of utility, but they've got the smokes at least to execute on towards the site to isolate some angles to push players back. The Doodle Bears, meanwhile, looking to continue to grow their lead, looking to do some damage and really start to take this home. Reminder, folks, whoever wins this will be taking home the first place prize. Some special boxes, which they haven't told us what's in them yet, but we're pretty excited to see the presentation of them. And they're going to be the first ever ESEA Rank S Combine champions.
Yeah, that's a cool title to have. And I wonder if they're going to get a badge on their ESEA profile. Because I know if you go to like some of the if you go to some of the events like ESL puts on or ESEA puts on, you get one on there. I feel like they've earned a badge on their page. So we'll have to run that by Bach or Jackson to see if they can make that happen. But I mean, getting the box in person, that's nice too.
That's pretty cool. Maybe they just get actual badges they can sew onto a jacket.
There you go.
As it is, we haven't seen any blows so far in the round. That's pretty unusual for how quickly these teams tend to play. 55 seconds off of the clock, just a minute remaining, and no blows exchanged whatsoever. Now they start to inch forward in towards the bathrooms. We saw this happen against the Hobgoblins, where the Doodle Bears were very slow in their mid-round in the T side, but the Scary Bears, patient, aren't really punishing this as much. It's going to be interesting to keep an eye on going forward. Sean is in a potentially dangerous spot, but he should have support from the site. I don't think anyone's checking it right now, though. There's the swing. Sean dropped. Innocent will answer back, but they're hemmed out at long. The kills are coming in hot and heavy, and it's going to be Zadish the next to try and hold, but he's overwhelmed. It's 2-on-2. The bomb should be planted, but the long flank in, and Torres has the shots. It's all to Skadoodle, who's got to get up by the Optimus truck, and they're going to be chasing him down. Somehow he gets the plant off, but he's instantly killed on the pull-off. So that's another round for the Bears. Well, they're both Bears. For the Baers.
The Baers, yeah.
The Baers. The Scaries.
Yeah, so they pull that one out. Nice attempt there by Skadoodle to get that bomb down. Doesn't work out. Gets shot from behind. He only had a certain amount of time. I thought he was going to die from the guy from CT, but I think he was smoked out at the time. So he just laid in wait, and he knew his teammate was coming in from the flank. So nice play there. And it's now going to be 10-9, 1 away from being tied up.
So if you spam the noodle to help Skadoodle, what do you spam to help Seangares?
Bears?
Spam this Baers to help Seangares.
I feel like somebody's got to have a Bears.
Spam my hair. Spam my hair to help Seangares. This kind of works. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it goes.
There's a lot of things that rhyme with that. I feel like we can probably come up with something. But Bears is a good start.
Bears is a good start. We're both fans of those. It seems like both of these teams are pretty fans of those. Pretty much big old fans. Skadoodle going to be trying to rip open this site with the AWP, and he'll do exactly that. Finds Taurus. That's a big frag to find at the beginning. Big scalp to take. He's been a heavy performer for this team. Dima, though, answers it back as Ska looks for more. So now the opera out. Maybe Crashes can get back to trade into that gun. Booby's going to be trying to retrieve it, and it won't matter. He's got the mini-op, the pocket-op, the hand cannon, and he's delivering with it. The trades are coming hot and heavy, and the bomb is nowhere near sight, but the bodies are already dropping, and we're a minute on the clock, and it's a 3v3. Now Seb goes back for the bomb as soon as he finds it.
Have a little trouble there, but eventually he grabs it.
And look at Crashy's position. He's so far forward. Zadish. Oh, Zadish, does he see him? No, he's looking too far. He slipped right past. Crashies is all the way back in.
This is such good information.
They have no idea. Oh, they've passed each other like ships in the night. He has to hear the footsteps on top of him. But that's going to be the player just holding sight. Now he's got one. He's looking for the second as well. Trying to clear it. Does he take what he's given?
Right when he moves. Okay,
He's gonna find
Crashies
it.
Gets it.
That was so hair-raising. Now they know they have a path line towards site, and they segmented the defense. It's going to be Sean moving back in from construction, and Zadish from on high, who will already answer back with a bomb plant coming in. That molly might ruin their day. Seb's now forced out, trying to take the fight with the Heaven player. He knows he has to.
Oh, look at his flank.
But there's only 10 seconds. They've got to get this bomb down now. It has to happen. Sean might have the flank. He might be able to deny. He will indeed. The round is lost. It doesn't matter what happens now. Zadish can just tuck tail and hide. And this is another round for the Scaries Baers. It looked so good based on Crashy's flank, but the clock becomes their enemy. I think we may have even seen a kill after the time there. I'm not quite sure who fell. No, they both stayed alive. But 10 to 10.
We're tied up, Mike.
No loss bonus as well for Crashies, seeing as he did survive, but he's got the weaponry, so it may not matter too much. That might trigger a double eco, though, for the Doodle Baers. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, back and forth we go. Tied up 10-10. Doodle Baers in a tough situation, as you mentioned. Only AK is on Crashies right now. Zadish gonna get a nade in and fall back. Crashies taking some damage. But the T's are just going to lay the bomb pretty far back right now towards spawn and try and get a little bit of map control. Innocent, not going to allow that. That's my short. Hey, buddy, you better back off. There's going to be a couple guys that come in, and one of them will die. Seb will trade it out, though.
This is such a risky buy for the Doodle Baers. They just don't have much to work with, right? They have very little. And they've made it work in the past. We'll see if they can do so again. The problem is now there are a lot of bodies on this A site, and they're ready for them. Tourist takes first blood, and it's an excellent crossfire setup. It's just a matter of time now. Seb hemmed in. He'll get one, but that's all she wrote. Dropped, and the Scary Baers take the lead for the first time in a very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going the distance here. 11 to 10. And there's going to be another buy immediately out from the Doodle Baers. An op to complete it. Skadoodle picking up the big green gun.
That could be a difference maker here. Let's see how they're going to utilize him here in the 22nd round. And it'll be a 3-man setup over towards B. You can see Zadish trying to get up there fast. He has that AUG, going to go ahead and smoke. Is he going to push through this? He's going to nade at a minimum. And doesn't catch anybody out. T's were a little bit too quick. Actually, literally no damage on that nade. That's just $300 wasted, unfortunately. But T's going to go fast in towards long. They have 3 men already up halfway. And a man waiting for that flank just in case somebody heard those footsteps and try to get cute behind him.
There's no one really to check this aggression at all. Do they have a straight path towards site?
They have 2 guys extended here. Okay. In towards checkers right now.
The bomb's not there, but this is an interesting one. Now it'll be retrieved. Which direction does it choose to take? Now they split up. They send someone back up to defend the A-bomb site, so that long presence doesn't quite have the unchecked path towards site. Skadoodle, though, is going to be bringing the bomb to join up with the rest of his squad, and this could get very interesting.
And once these guys connector, once they peak, this is going to be explosive. If they do, you can see Skadoodle going to quickly check it. Doesn't spot anybody out just yet, but he wants a little bit more information, and that's when it happened. Innocent comes out. Skadoodle, no time to react, and Innocent gets the kill, and he's just going to go ahead, I think, and molly it. He'll molly it off. He's not going to fall back just yet. You heard him dink one player. Step down to 1 HP. That might be it, but he evades it and lives for the time being. And Innocent going to go down trying to get more aggressive. It's now 3v2. 3v3, Seb's still alive.
3v3, Seb is alive on a whisper of help, and Crashies forward somehow doesn't win out that duel, so Taurus survives. The bomb is planted at the very least, but this is going to be so tough to hold with 40 HP between 2 players. They've got to take the fights initially, and it's just going to be a matter of when these smoke fades, the CTs are going to come on through. They're jumping what utility they have to just try and get through. That gun barrel is sticking out, but somehow they miss the spray. Seb still finds it with 1 HP. Can he possibly clutch this? He cannot. Dima instead wins the day. The bomb will explode after the timer, or will be defused rather, and it's going to be 12 rounds for the CTs. Scary Baers taking another. 12 to 10 now.
Yeah, 2-round lead. What a wild ending to that. Seb, I mean, he had the gun that you would want, either that or the op. He's 1 HP in a dream, so you hit 1 shot, you have the ability to get the kill, but comes up short, and that's going to be a round for the Scare Baers. Now take the lead by 2. Let's take a look at the frag count while we have an opportunity. Innocent leading the way, 21 and 15 on his team. On the flip side, we got 2 guys over 20. Kirokami at 20, and Crashies is the highest fragger right now on the server, 23 and 17. And just based on what I'm looking at, I think we have a timeout here. Probably a wise decision.
So they're going to talk it over. They're going to figure out what they can do here. Figure out the last little bit of the buy. There's not a lot of money to spare here. So we'll see what Skadoodle winds up with. He's got the AK. He's got a little bit of utility as well. Meanwhile, the Scary Baers, they're getting towards the closing hours. The waning moments. But we've seen so many comebacks out of the Doodle Bears that this seems like just a tiny bump in the road. Now moving forward. Zadish is trying to take the encounter in towards Connector. Innocent's watching out towards Long. That's a nice pick, but he's traded instantly. So the T's gain ground and the T's gain a frag as well. That was nearly a haircut on the player going for the info peak, but Zadish's position is overlooked for a moment, and he turns it into a frag and an upgrade in weaponry. Now a man advantage. The bomb may even be discovered if Zadish goes all the way around and tries to find the flank. Oh, he's about to do it. He's going to find that C4, and that's going to send the round into chaos. All he has to do is look to his right as he rounds this corner. Oh, he doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. He's walked right past it.
No way,
He's walked right past it. He has no idea. He's got the flank, but they should have an idea that he might have it. He doesn't know what he's found.
Oh,
and he's
no,
dropped.
he goes down. He didn't even get the information.
He walked right over it.
Ooh, I mean, it's still okay. 3v3, but that would have been great information to have.
He stepped on the bomb, and he didn't know what he had.
That's rough. So, Seangares almost spotted out 2 players, but they sneak right by him in towards Connector, and they have recovered the bomb now. Adjustments being made by the CT side. Kirokami going to go ahead, smoke up in towards Heaven. Flash is going to come over, and there's only one man here over towards Monster, but there's a man on the other side. Toras gets a double. That's huge. He's going for a third. Won't get it. Seb trades him out. Now 2v1 situation, Mike.
They just don't check his position at all. Torres has free reign. Seb, he's got a player up close. No, don't pull out the knife. Seb, he rounds the corner, and Dima has the frag. 13-10 now. That seemed like a round that they might have been able to recover, but just as they seem to be about to do it, they move into B and just get dismantled.
Oh, and Zadish. I mean, it wasn't that big a deal. It would have been great to have that extra information, and Toras just shows up there at the end with the double kill. Almost gets the third there. Had an opportunity on Seb, but Seb wins that one. So now Scary Bear starting to pull away a little bit, have a little bit of momentum. They need 3 more to get the ESEA Rank S Combine Grand Final win. And right now, not a great buy on the side of Doodle Bears.
Seangares going for the info hop. He's now trying to just spam out a little bit of damage. They're going to go for the counter boost instead to try and spawn the player barrels. This could get interesting. There is indeed a player over there. Oh, but he's looking right for this exact angle. And so this will wind up working against them, hoisted on their own petard. Now they're going to have to move straight onto site, and it's going to be a massacre. Taurus only finds 1. The rifle's working out here, but they're trying to answer back, and Booby needs to find more damage. Kirokami instead picks it up on the flank, and that's going to signal the rotation for them, but there's a player right at the top of Connector, and Innocent finds the timing, peeks out, and finds the frag as well. Now they've got no space, a man disadvantage, low health, and they're just trying to find their way on the server. Big kill for Crashies, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Now 2v2. Crashies is pretty lit up after that. He's on 29 HP. But Dima, he can take 2 bullets and he'll go down. So this is going to come down to the wire, I think. Dima, almost gets caught out with that smoke. He's able to get rid of it, and he does get some information. It gets 2 of them. Dima comes up big, holding down the B side all by himself, and fist bumps all around. That is a huge round for them. They are now on 14, Mike.
They knew exactly where Dima was, but he managed to peek back out and just find both kills. This is looking like the wheels are coming off for the Doodle Bears right at the end.
And that was pre-fire on that smoke as well. That was a heads-up play. He just assumed that another guy was going to come out of there. He might have seen a hint of his shoes, but I don't think he had seen it.
Man knows what he's doing. Man knows his CS. The double op is going to come out on T side here. Skadoodles maybe glass cannon as well. They're just throwing it all at the wall. This is the big round. Do they get it here, or are they forced into a broken buy to try and contest for overtime? Kirokami trying to find some sort of space in this gap on the smoke, but nothing is being given to him. The Scary Bears, they're just sitting back. They're letting the play come in from the Doodle Bears, trying to see what's going to happen here. And folks, if you're a fan of the Doodle Bears, now might be the time to spam those noodles.
Yeah, raise your skadongers. They need them. They've gone for that double up setup here on the T side as well. So they are all in, no doubt about it. Zadish going to get the first action, and there's one of the ops. Gets the kill on Zadish, trying to get some information over towards Long. And now it's 5v4. Kirokana's taking some damage, but still alive here around 20. He looked like he thought about pushing through that smoke, but wisely does not push as Taurus is right on the other side, along with Innocent. But there's a little sound cue there from Taurus.
They're making noise. This boost, they might have an idea of it. The question is, do they have someone who can line up the pre-fire for it? They're not going to contest it at all. Instead, they drop a body out towards Monster. Kirokami's just waiting for the timing here. They line up for him. That's a big 2K from Kirokami. And space built towards the A-bomb site. He needs to not get too overzealous. Seangares is close by, and now they're dancing. And Seangares ends the dance himself. Still a man advantage. Big frags for Kirokami. And if they can dig out this player by construction, which is exactly what they'll do, now they've got a B-bomb site ripe for the taking. Sean has to come in all alone against 3. Dima did it in the last, and now Sean has started out. But 1 will be all he finds. 11 rounds, 11 to 14. 3 more to tie it up, folks. We're coming down to the dying minutes of this Rank S Combine.
Kirokami just saved that round. Look at this peak. He laid in wait there, waiting for that smoke to fade. And that's right when the CTs were falling back. He peeks and gets a double, makes it a 3v2, and ends up Seangares all alone. And, I mean, that's a tough situation to be put in, but comes up short. And it's now 14 to 11. Scare Bears now on pistols. Doodle Bears on the way back.
I'm feeling the full distance here. I'm feeling a close game, Mitch. I think it's going to come down to the wire to see who gets crowned grand champion of this ESEA Rank S Combine. Booby moving forward, now out towards long, might just completely overlook Innocent's position, and he'll do exactly that, just gift wrapping his rifle, handing it over to Innocent and saying, here, you try it now. See what you can do. Dima catches another hopping into water, and this is getting messy. The wheels are coming off here. Seb finds 1 at least on the trade, but Crashes is knocked so very low. This is a very dangerous situation, and Dima will bring another. This is chaos. Crashies answers at the very least, and there's still just pistols for most of them, and somehow Crashies is still alive. They can't connect. It's just Innocent with a salvaged rifle and 2 to find. Skadoodle and Crashies, they need to dig him out, but Innocent could very much do this. Crashies has his position hemmed in, but now there's the spot. Innocent pulls back. He's got the timing, and it's all going to be Skadoodle in a 1v1. The captain of the squad trying to keep the Scary Bears off of map point, and he's gone towards A, and that's exactly what Innocent wants. He's in the full rotation. He's going to be on site. There's the footstep heard. Skadoodle goes back. That's a free bomb plant for him, and now we can settle into the post-plant situation.
And he knows where to look now, too. That's a big sound cue. Skadoodle just got it. He peeks out towards heaven and gets the kill. Quick peek, quick kill. Skadoodle gets it done. What a wild round, though, Mike. CT's almost made that happen on pistols.
Utter madness. The Doodle Bears avert disaster, though, keep themselves alive off the back of that op. This is getting messy. They're going to have pistols again, but this time a little bit of utility behind it, and the Scary Bears, I mean, don't count them out of any round. They are absolutely a threat here, even with the limited weaponry. Innocent has armor. That could have been the difference that round. I mean, it would have been. The op would have hit him anyway, still. That's a quick flick, but Skadoodle comes out worse for the wear on that encounter. And now they're going to take presence towards the fountain and start to move up in the direction of A, but it's a big stack of CTs with pistols in and around the connector. Let's see what they can do if they burst out all in unison.
Yeah, if Doodle Bears walk into this trap, this could be really successful for the Scare Bears. Kirokami is going to go all alone in towards connector. He'll be able to grab 1. There's 2 more around this corner, but you can see they basically just bypass short. They're just all going to go over towards long. They're going to leave 1 man behind to watch for that rotate I talked about earlier in this map. So it's now 4v5. Zadish has gone down. Long control is all they really have on the side of the Doodle Bears, but they're going up against pistols. So they're just going to stick together for the time being. It looks like CTs will make some adjustments as well.
Now Innocent is going to move back towards the site, right? There's a lot of presence into the connector. They're just going to start to pop up now, but as long as someone's watching this position, Kirokami, no, he's looking away. That could be so punishing. He hits the quick switch at the wrong time, but recovers, hits the headshot. That's critical. Now Innocent's going to have a firing gallery, but he can't quite connect with any heads, and they've got to be checking his position. The spam's coming through. It's not quite connecting, though, and he still hasn't been able to find a kill, so eventually he's dropped. It's Seangares and Dima just to do a little bit of damage, and Dima is going to be the first to answer. All on Sean now. He's just got a CZ. He's got 4 targets to find. This is looking hopeless, but he's looking to steal away a rifle and bring that into the next round for his squad.
Yeah, Kirokami's ready and waiting, though. Seangares in the area. It looks like he's just going to hang out, wait for somebody to push him. And he's going to get it from long. They actually have a couple guys pushing right now. Skadoodle is the one most extended. He's the one with the up. Okay, now they have more people join him, so Booby's going to get on the action. He's just going to be used as bait, but he's going to get the kill anyway. And 14-13, Mike. We're one away from being tied up again.
It feels like when you come to the waning hours of a map, when they have to make a comeback, the Doodle Bears just hit a different gear. It really is. It's like they find the nitrous button, and they're just speeding along to catch up.
It's like the heavyweight boxer. You got to get punched a few times before you actually get into the action. A little rope-a-dope, maybe.
There you go. Skadoodle now with the big green gun, the only op out on the server. On the other side, though, many, many Augs. 4 to be exact. That's going to be a dangerous pass to cross through. Pistol rounds didn't quite work out, but they were still dangerous. Now we'll see what the Scary Bears can do with rifles in hand. They would like to shut this down right now. Get it closed out, get that map point, and not allow the Doodle Bears to come back because they know how dangerous that can be.
Absolutely. So T's gonna hang out here, wait for one of the CTs to push. 2 guys are dedicated over towards the B side. They're starting to probe over towards A, get a little bit of more map control. Pretty standard setup for the most part here on the CT side, but you can see Zadish is all by himself for the most part here. He's not really getting a ton of information. He does have a support player, but he's really far away at this point, so this is not tradable unless he makes some sort of adjustment or teammate comes in and helps out.
It's looking like they want to group and head in towards the connector and start to take some space. They're clearing it. There's been heavy CT presence here the last few rounds with the pistols. With the rifles, they're not at all. So they are going to be moving forward. And it's a very conservative play from the CTs. Not much aggression. I mean, the most aggressive player is going to be Zadish, who's in towards the bathrooms and might have a chance at a backstab if he finds the timing. We saw it go against him a couple of times. Maybe this time he gets advantage. He's chasing down one player. That's just going to be Booby, though. Taurus up close in the monster position is going to be traded. They have found Booby up towards the upper site, but here's the hit coming in towards B, and Dima needs to slow them down. The rotations are fast, but he cannot stay alive. Bomb going to be planted now. Ska still has the op to watch them as they try and get out towards heaven, and the long-range advantage will be in the hands of the Doodle Bears, but they're just trying to clear their flank to make sure this doesn't go awry. Zadish has closed distance. The rest of the CTs are here as well, and they've come to play, and as these smokes fade, it's going to turn into just a straight-up fight. They start to close distance, get closer. Zadish takes first blood onto Seb. And there's second as well. All comes down to Crashies. He's been a high performer for his team, but the defuse is already coming in, and he won't win the first fight. So that's going to be map point, ladies and gentlemen. Map match series tournament point for the Scaries Baers.
Big round from them, and I've mentioned it a couple times. When I've seen Crashies in those situations, 3v1, I'm just waiting for him to make some magic happen, but can't get it done in that situation. Defuse comes in, Scare Bears win it, and we're one away from potentially crowning the grand champion of the ESEA Rank S Combine. 30K prize pool, by the way, which is 30K
wild. Prize pool. It's a lot of cash on the line, but we're going to have a full buy to decide it, folks. The Doodle Bears need 2. We've seen them in the clutch before. Can they do it again? This time, only 2 rounds necessary, and if they win this, it might be a bit of a reset out for the Scaries Bears. So this is where a lot rides. Can they close it out? Will a comeback happen? We're about to find out. Everyone a little bit more hesitant. No aggression out from the CTs early on. Nobody wants to give up that initial pick that might send the domino effect of the round reeling away. Zadish had impact here in the previous round. He caught the lurker and then came in on the late rotation, but this time there's going to be a lot more targets clearing his spot. Crashy's first in, and there's the shot. Zadish nearly takes the first frag, but there's enough bodies there that they just stay alive and take him out instead. Kirakami knows there's a player right on the other side of this door. It's going to come down to the timing. Tries to line up the shot, can't quite do so, and he'll retreat as a result. Early damage, though, favors the T's.
Seangares has a whole bunch of help right here. I like the setup from the CT side, but they're only having 1 man in towards B, and this is just a bet they have to make, I think. So the T's are going to be rotating over towards the B site. 3 should be coming from Monster, 2 from Connector. So I think, yeah, Innocent's all by his lonesome, but here comes Taurus. Good timing. He should be able to snag a kill from Upper. And Innocent will get some information. Here comes the utility pouring out, and the bomb's been dropped, Mike.
There's the trade as well. Now they've got space to move on to site. It's going to be Taurus who's up close, but Taurus is traded, dropped, rather. Dima now has the trade damage is done. Bomb will be planted, and it's just going to be Seangares, the captain of his squad, to try and close this out, to try and keep the Doodle Bears off of 14. He cannot do it. Captain on captain. Skadoodle comes out on top. One more round, folks. We've gone the full 30. Can we get it to overtime again?
What is this CS, Mike? This is insane. Another one going 30 rounds. These guys' minds have to be fried by this point. I know mine is just casting this. I can't imagine actually being in the server right now, just from the wild rounds that we had, the number of rounds that we've had.
And look what they've got to defend it. Innocent has an op. They've got an M4, an SMG, a Deagle, and a CZ to try and keep them off of overtime. Doodle Bears, it feels like overtime is their destiny, and it doesn't feel like they will be denied. Now, we see a bit of a stack in towards the heavy presence here early on. They want to get that aggression, but the problem is the majority of the T side, they're headed towards long.
Yeah, this is a 4-man setup as well. So they're going to do what they've done a few times here. They're going to leave one man behind to watch for that rotate. This time it's going to be Skadoodle with that op, while the 3 other players towards long will continue to push and gain that map control. They've gotten towards bathroom, cleared that out a little bit, and they'll continue to push closer towards the A site. Rotation coming in from the CT side, though. Innocent on his way to help out. So Kirokami dedicated to connector right now, making sure nobody's in that area so there can't be a quick flank. We're about to get a lot of action here towards A.
Kirokami's the big chess piece here. With the op, he's got to be in the right position during the hit to have maximum impact to keep his squad alive and safe here. They're going to go for the boost over the smoke. This is so very bold. He's punished for it instantly. The op's retrievable, but they're going to chase right as a result of this, and that's straight into the melee they go. Bodies dropping for the CT side. Dima next to fall. It's all on Taurus. 1v4. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime. The Doodle Bears have done it again. 15-15. This is the game that will not end. They never fail to deliver. And this map 3 of this best of 3 of the final of the Rank S Combine is not over yet.
I don't even know what to say anymore. That is so crazy. We're going 30. We went 30. We're going into overtime. You can see our Kirokami was into it. He got up, took off his headset, and got fist bumps from everybody. So he is feeling it. They're hyped on their side. I could definitely hear them. And another overtime, very, very fitting from all the CS we've had up to this point.
When the first map went to overtime, it was an instant just run through in OT for the Doodle Bears. Momentum is once again on their side, in their favor. Can they do it again, Mitch? Let's find out. It's going to be an op on either side. Full buys available. And Sadish is going to get aggressive in towards Connector. He's not going to get punished for it, but he doesn't find anything either. So it's a wash either way, and they start to move forward. He's pushed back towards the A-bomb site, doesn't want to stick around in case he gets run down from the fountain position. And now they're going to settle into their default for the scary Baers. A little bit aggression, out past construction. That's going to be Seangares trying to take a little bit of information for his team. But it looks like, meanwhile, the Doodle Bears will move, as they did in the previous couple of rounds, out towards long.
Yep, so again, they're doing that long presence there on the Doodle Bear side. 3 guys pushing up towards long. This time they're going to have 1 guy over towards short. There wasn't anybody initially watching that rotate, but the final man coming in to join him will be Skadoodle with the op. So again, it looks like they're committed towards the A side. They're at least making their presence known. And Scare Bears do have a 3-man setup towards the A site, so I think they'll be fine if they choose this site. And yeah, they're just really, they gotta be nervous. You know, they don't want to be the one to make that mistake.
Hands shaking, ready for this hit to come in, and there we see Innocent pull off. He's rotating back. This might be the wrong read. Here the hit comes, the counter utility's sailing out. Dima will take first blood. Zadish is here as well with the AWP, trying to find that first shot, and as they round the corner, he should have the opportunity. It's a leg, though, instead, and now they're rounding, and Booby's found 2. That's massive. Do they expect Dima from the spot? They check it, and Booby will find another massive play from the young fragger. He will be dropped, though, and the answer comes in, and it is the Seangares squad to reign supreme when the smoke fades. 16 now for the Scaries Baers. They're wishing that round could have come 1 earlier, but they've got it at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely would have wanted to have that 1 round earlier, but they get the first one in OT. Good start for them. And obviously in overtime, money isn't really going to be an issue unless you buy 2 autos in the first round, 2 rounds, which obviously they didn't. So these guys are going to be able to get whatever they want. And First round went to the Scaries, and there it looks like they're going to go faster over towards B. They might go in dry as well. Seb going to take a significant amount of nade damage there. He's taking down 44 HP, down to 56. He'll continue to push. Teammates coming in and help out. Hero Kami gets the opening kill, but Torres holding strong. He's going for more and should be able to get it, but currently mollied out.
6 HP. He somehow stays alive in that position, but he's losing his teammates in the meantime, and they're going to swap to a rifle. He's somehow still up. He's still here. He's escaped as well. This man is Houdini on the site. They have no idea where he's gone. The smoke's in their eyes blinding them from the truth that is his presence. He's now the last alive for his squad, but Ska finds him, and it is 16-16 equalized. The man had only so much magic, and eventually it will run out. Torres dropped, and the round claimed. Back and forth we go. Not going to be a clean overtime this time, Mitch.
No, it's not. Yeah, both teams have finally won a round in OT here. There was no clean sweep, and Torres did such a good job holding that down and living through all of that. Unfortunately, eventually goes down. It's going to be one for Doodle Baers, but he did his job. It looks like it's going to be maybe another fast one over towards the B side. That's what they look like they wanted to do. They at least went there pretty quickly, but it looks like they're going to make some sort of adjustment here. They slow it down.
Interesting that there's no op out for the Scaries Baers. They're just going to chill in the Augs. It's a conscious choice, of course. The money was available to them, no problem there. But they're choosing to go for the rifles instead. We'll spam and counter spam. Dima comes out worse for the wear for that. And there's not really any map control for the CTs. They've gone to pretty passive holds. There's a little boost up in towards Heaven. Just trying to jump spot in to spot the players coming through. But nothing really to show for it yet.
Yeah, these are pretty evenly distributed throughout the map right now. You can see on radar, they're pretty much all over the place. One place they're not is long A, but you can see Crashies is in the area watching that bathroom position. So yeah, everybody has to be on edge here in the 33rd round.
40 seconds now on the clock. They're going to group up for this B-bomb hit. There's a potential for a late play into connector. That would be Zadish, who's making his way in that direction. He's going to go. This could be the perfect flank. Torres has hemmed them in on site. Damage is being exchanged, and the question is, does Zadish find the timing here? He could have Kirokami completely blind. There's the frag, and now they have to go or dig out that flank, and they will get demolished on entry. It's all on Booby, who's got bullets blooming all around him, and it will be the 17th round for the Scaries. 17-16, we go into the second half of OT. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a nail-biter.
Yeah, and that hit on towards B, there was basically no trades, no exchanges. That was all blue you saw there in the kill feed. Doodle Baers, yellow. And it's going to be 17-16, and we're getting into the second half of OT here in the grand final. This is insane, Mike.
This is madness.
Yeah, first place, by the way, gets $15,000 for their team. Second, $7,500, and both of the remaining teams after that, $3,750. That's some nice change there.
That's some cheddar. I would say that that's worth fighting for. Worth battling it out, and now they're going to be trying to do exactly that. Dima leading the way for his squad, but smoke blooming in his face means that's not quite going to happen. It will be delayed at least a little bit. Skadoodle has the op in hand. This was the CT side that was so very strong for the Doodle Baers. So on the swap, we'll see the Scary Baers have enough in the tank to close it out.
A little bit of damage through the wall. Crash is going to take 60 HP, so there's probably a sound cue there that the T player knows somebody's in the area. Dima almost caught one out, but there's another player here, so they could just play whack-a-mole in this situation. Dima might get caught out. But heavy presence over towards the B site for the Doodle Baers. They seem to be prepared for an incoming hit. Hasn't come just yet, but you can see Dima wants to get in on this, get that opening kill, and just run in.
Now, starting to make their presence known towards B. This is presumably going to be the hit at this point. They're sailing some utility in. Time is ticking down, 35 seconds, but it seems like they're going to pull off, and Dima being dropped means that's going to make the decision for them. Torres is the forward player. He's made his presence known, and he's dropping flashes. They are racing on towards this A-bomb site, and the rotation is racing just as quickly. Crashies loses his life to a molly. Not quite sure how that happened, but here come the trades. Utility being dropped all over site. Ska trying to hit the up shots close up. He cannot do it. Kirakami now from the long flank might be dug out, but he'll win the initial engagement. And now it's a 3-on-2 retake. Make that all on Innocent, who cannot stand up to it. 17-17. We are tied up once again in the 35th round.
17-17, Mike. This is it's just a gift that keeps on giving. And I don't know how much more I can say about this, to be honest. This is just amazing CS to watch. I'm really loving this. And let's take a look at the frag count. We haven't done that in a while. Kirakami leading the way for his team. He's on 30. Crashy's right behind him at 29. On the flip side, nobody's hit that 30 milestone, but 2 guys on 28. Dima and Innocent both on that number. So we do have somebody over 30.
It's been a maddening affair. Well, he's at 30, I believe. Pretty much exactly. We're going to see if he can get over that total in this round. Molly's aplenty by the monster tunnel. Smokes to extinguish. There's just a ton of utility being dumped to hold off that potential rush. It seemed that that was what the Scaries Baers wanted to go for initially, and they get stopped right in their tracks. Now they'll spread out, see if they can work a little bit of pick magic, find some sort of opener to trigger the rest of the team in. Utility has been spent early on, really diminished for both sides. A single smoke and a Molotov for the CT side to hold. A little bit more for the Ts, but now a body drop. Taurus, first blood drawn. That means that the remaining presence is all here towards B, and it's looking like they're going to funnel straight in. A minute on the clock, so they could rotate off, but now they come on. Straight through the monster tunnel, and Seb is standing strong. There's 2. Booby comes up with a big 2K. He'll be dug out, but it's all on Dima now, who's got to find 3 and can't take the initial engagement. That is map point for the Doodles. Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. One more round and the Doodles close it out. For the Scaries Baers, we could be going to double OT.
Booby just showed up so big. We talked about how powerful those Augs are over towards Monster. The T's waited for that smoke to fade, but Booby was just ready and waiting. Holds mouse 1 and gets a triple kill. Secures the 18th round for Doodle Bears, and this could be it, Mike. We're looking to get 19 on them. Otherwise, we're going to double OT. What are the T's going to do here? Try to go fast or keep this one slow? And it looks like it's going to be a slow play. Yeah, I think we have a default coming out here.
They've been battered by utility every time they've thought about going fast. So it's going to be Dima trying to take space, and he's gained ground outside the monster tunnel, but he's punished for it. A little bit too much aggression. Now that's a second body down. Only 3 remaining for the Scaries Baers to try and hold on to this. And they have a lot of time, but time may be all that they have. Taurus, Seangares, and Zadish, all that remains for the platoon. Trying to battle back, trying to bring us to another period of overtime. This was the Doodle Bears who have battled back from the lower bracket from the get-go. So many maps of CS they have played, and now they're trying to close this out. Taurus knocked low by utility. He can't escape either. It all comes down to this. Sean and Zadish trying to bring this back, working in tandem, and now starting to move on to the B site. Zadish wants to find that opener, but it's all going to settle here on B. There's the first pick. That's an entry in, but it's all going to be on Sean. The captain of the squad has to deliver for his team. He's got so many to find. There's the first, needs more. Can't do it. It will be the Doodle Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, Skadoodle and the Doodle Bears are your ESEA Rank S Combine inaugural champions.
Oh, wow. That was some amazing CS, and very fitting that we finished it off in OT. We can't get it to second OT. It's 19-17, and just some really, really great CS to watch. I really thoroughly enjoyed this whole event, and that was a great way to finish it, Mike.
What a series. So many comebacks, so many overtimes for the Doodles. They really ground for this match, for this series, for this whole tournament. They battled their way through so many challenges and really came back. Meanwhile, the Scaries had that perfect run through the top bracket, barring overtimes.
Yep. Came
into it, looked so well put together, and just couldn't quite bring it through at the end.
I don't think I've seen any other team earn their money more than we just saw, to be honest. I mean, 15K for first place, but I haven't seen that many overtimes, just continually grinding, get it back in towards matches. So no doubt they earned their money here. You can see them celebrating on screen right now. Skadoodle leading the way. Crashes was really impressive. I feel like everybody on this team really had a moment to shine. You know, the last couple rounds, Booby had that monster play. I mean, Skadoodle went off. Kirakami, a lot of clutch plays. And Seb, his pistol play, I think, was key to this team as well.